A video like this is way more important than I can possibly convey, because if you ever allow the government to take away your rights because of an emergency or anything else, then they'll always create an emergency to take away more of your rights. And there's always somebody somewhere trying to chip away at your rights because they believe in their minds that they have a higher claim over your life and property than you. And when it gets to the point where we have no rights, then things start happening to whole populations of people, to the point where they're going to start commissioning bulldozers to dig huge holes so that they can throw all the bodies into mass graves. That is the end of losing your rights. That's why videos like this are supremely important. There's no way I can articulate the paramount importance of what you're about to see this guy stand for. This guy, just long story short, was experiencing car trouble, so he pulled over into a parking lot to look under the hood to see if he could, he's with his girlfriend, I believe, his wife or his girlfriend, to see if he can get his car back on the road. That's when he encounters a police officer who insists on having this guy's ID, even though the cop is going to admit that he committed no crime.
He is though, man. I mean, like I said,
Explain to me and tell me, why is it a big deal?
because we had a recent situation, and I was explaining to him where in this case, long story short, it was where my cousin didn't show an ID, and so he hadn't done anything wrong, so he wasn't being content, in other words. So him not being not content or whatever, detained,
I'm just trying to be fair with you.
he didn't show his ID, so he didn't have to show his ID, and it was a big thing, you know what I mean? And so now it's like, here we go again.
Does this go all based off of YouTube videos and stuff like that?
No, I don't. I mean, like I said, I just got out.
Are you basing your opinion? Are you basing what you're telling me off of YouTube videos? No, I'm basing it on the fact that I'm a man and you're a man. I mean, let's get down to brass tacks here. This is a man talking to another man who decided that he's going to have a profession where he wears a costume, a badge, and a gun, and speak for the authority and walk in some authority, perceived authority of the state. But this is a man talking to another man. Now, one man wants another man to identify himself, even though the man he's requesting identification from has committed no crime, has done nothing wrong, has no reason to identify who he is to this other man.
Nothing wrong, man. All I'm trying to do is clear this up so we can...
Now, did you hear that? The cop says, you didn't do nothing wrong, man.
All based off of YouTube videos and stuff like that?
No, I don't. I mean, like I said, I just got out.
Nothing wrong, man. All I'm trying to do is clear this up so we can... I can go and do something else.
You didn't do nothing wrong, man. I'm just trying to clear you so I can do something else. Come on, do me a favor. They're gonna try to pull any rabbit out of the hat that they can, any reason, any justification for you to give up your ID. Come on, make it easier on yourself. Give me a break, man. Just do it for me so I can go on and do something else. You never want to, first of all, you never want to talk to the police. If you do decide you're going to talk to the police, you never want to divulge your identity. Once you do, they put you into a database, and that's never a good thing for you.
Yeah, here he comes.
Now, for approximately 3 minutes here, the audio gets muted. I don't know if he's got his finger over the speaker or the mic or whatever, but just bear with me. This is definitely worth watching, because this guy, the pressure gets put on this guy, not only from one cop, not only from two cops, not only from three cops, but also from his girlfriend. Come on, just give up your ID so we can go home, so we can get on with our lives.
And 3 Sierra 7 will be next. Okay? And I can't go no more past that.
Right.
You have to understand, if we can't ID you here, then I have to take you downtown to ID you.
If we can't ID you here, we're going to have to take you downtown to ID you. We're going to have to slap the cuffs on you. We're going to have to kidnap you. And that's what it is. It's kidnapping. If you take somebody from one location to another against their will, that is called kidnapping. You can put, but government did it, but it's a police officer, but he has the authority of the state, but he's an elected official. I don't care what you call it. If you take a man who has done nothing wrong from one location to another without getting his permission, you are engaged in kidnapping.
Oh, really? Wow. I mean, this is the thing. It's like now it's just that big of a deal where I mean, it's like I can't believe. For real. Yeah. It isn't. So I'm being pulled over. Yeah. I know, and I don't contribute to any of that crap, but it's like, it's weird how all of a sudden, like, what a coincidence, like, it's happening to me. And it's like, no, not in a bad way, because I mean, dude, like I said, these glasses were on my head, and I've had them on my head since the sun's out. Like, I've been dealing with this truck, trying to get home. Because, no, that has nothing. I'm trying to tell you where I'm coming from, and my perspective, how a citizen is breaking down with his vehicle. He's coming behind me. I wave him go because my truck's sputtering out, coming out. So I pull over, and then that's where it all starts. And I'm like, I'm working under the hood, and he's right here, parked where he's at. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? He's like, oh, you know, is everything all right? I said, yeah, everything's cool. My truck's been breaking down. I had the tools in my hand and everything. Let me see, my hands are dirty. I know, you're trying to see if I'm lying or whatever. That's what it is.
Okay. He's saying he doesn't want to talk. So he's just saying pretty much, I can give you a citation for coming across the property and stuff like that. But I'm like, I'm not trying to give you anything.
Yeah.
The only thing is just I need the ID and that's it. So
I'm not trying to give you anything, but I am here to harass you and give you a hard time, even though I've already admitted that you have done nothing wrong, that you've committed no crime. And some people would say, come on, man, just take the easy road. Stop being such a dumb A. Stop trying to hold on to your rights. You know why it's called a right? Because the opposite of a right is wrong. And anybody who reaches across that barrier, that moral barrier to take away your rights has committed that which is wrong. And that's what this cop is in the process of doing, committing a wrong against somebody who's standing up for his rights.
Go home.
Yeah.
And why are you trying to make something bigger out of something?
I really didn't.
Why are you trying to make this an issue? It's like I was under the hood of my vehicle, minding my own business, trying to get this bad boy on the road. And you're the one that drove up to me. You're the one that turned on your cherries and berries. You're the one who decided to harass me. And you're telling me, why am I giving you a hard time?
I wanted you to understand as a civil citizen.
Yeah.
If I tell you, like, I mean, where is the peace in this world, man? Like, for real. And it's like...
Well, what he's saying is, where's the peace? Where's the justice? Where is what is right? How about you serving and protecting instead of harassing and trying to collect from me? Because you know that's what happens. When the cuffs go on and the kidnapping takes place and he goes to the station and fingerprints and IDs, all that's going to cost somebody some kind of money, and that's going to cost him money. It's going to cost the taxpayers money, but it's not going to cost money. It's not going to come out of the pocket of the law enforcer, and it should.
Look, let's cut to the chase, because I want you to go home. I do. I want you to go home. I want to go home. I'm going to go do something else. I ain't got time for doing this all today. But I'm going to need your name, date of birth, and whatever. If not, because I got to write. The thing is, if I write you a citation, I can give you a warning, okay? I don't have to write the citation, but I'm going to need an ID.
No, he doesn't. That's a lie. This cop is engaged in the art of deception to extract an ID out of a man who's trying to stand for his rights. And if he gets it, if the cop gets what he wants, then he will commit a wrong, and an injustice against one man anywhere is injustice against all men everywhere. This is why you stand up for your rights. Yeah, it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be challenging. It'll probably cost you, but the cost of not standing for your rights is going to be far greater, not only for you, but also for your children and your grandchildren. And you've absolutely opened the floodgates of tyranny. Here, come on in. Ask me for ID. I'll just go ahead and give it to you. Tell me I haven't committed a crime, but I got to jump through these hoops. I'll just go ahead and jump because I want a convenient life.
And if you refuse ID, I have to take you downtown to ID. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't make any sense that you put your hand on a Bible, lifted your right hand toward heaven and said, I swear I will protect and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And included in that is the Fourth Amendment, which says the right of the people to be secure, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches. He is searching for an answer. What's the answer he wants? He wants this guy's name, date of birth, where he lives. He wants this guy to ID himself. Against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. The cop has already admitted this is unreasonable. It's unreasonable for me to have stopped because you haven't committed a crime. It's unreasonable for me to ask you for your ID when you haven't committed a crime. It's unreasonable for me to continue to harass you because you haven't committed a crime.
Now, if you're worried about some misdemeanor ones,
Yeah,
I'm not
it's just,
worried about
it's
that.
just, you know,
And
I just, I
can
have.
tell you, if it's something major, like you kill somebody, yes, we got a problem. But
Yeah.
if it's just minor stuff, like some traffic tickets or something, for the city of San Antonio, that's fine. I'm not gonna take you off that.
So do you really believe that? If he had some citations, if he had minor things, the cop's going to violate his word. How could he not? He's already violating his word and his oath right here by trying to get this guy's ID against the Fourth Amendment, against his Fifth Amendment right to be anonymous and to be silent and not to divulge information against himself. This cop is lying and is being a liar.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, I can't.
Major stuff, but minor stuff, no. If you don't have a driver's license,
It's not that. It's just.
she might have one.
It's not that though. It's none of that, man. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
what is it?
It's nothing. Like I said, I didn't want it to get this big.
Well, why are you making it like this? It doesn't have to.
I'm not. I don't want.
There you go. The victimizer blaming the victim for why are you making it this big? You're the one that made it this big. Now there's 3 cop cars on the scene with at least 3 law enforcers trying to harass this guy and cajole him into giving up his ID. This guy right here is standing on principle. He's standing on morals. He's guided by a moral compass that will not let him move away from that which is right. The cops, on the other hand, they have no moral compass. They have no solid direction of doing what is right because they're accustomed to and immersed in doing what is wrong.
I want to make it like this. It's just like, why do I have to show my ID? Like I haven't
Well, I'm not
done
even asking you to
anything
show your
wrong.
ID
Like,
at this point. I'm just asking first name, last name, date of birth. I got ID her, and that's it.
It's just like San Joaquin Valley transparency. Getting ID to a cop is like crack, man. It's like, come on, I gotta have it. Okay. I'll tell you what. You don't have to give me your ID. Just give me your name. Just give me your first and your last name, your date of birth. Just give me where you live. That's all I need. Just give me your ID. Just give me something. That's all I need.
So we can go.
I'm sorry, man.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm serious. Like I don't want to.
I'm
I
serious
don't.
too. As an officer, we have to ID you
So
at this point.
I understand why. I haven't done anything wrong.
No, just coming through the parking lot like that. It's wrong.
It's wrong.
I didn't even go through.
So initially he said you didn't do anything wrong. Now he's going back on it. I go, no. Really, I do have a justification to get your ID. I do. I really do. Come on. You got to believe me.
like that.
You did come through the parking lot.
No, I was stopped working on my truck. As you put in, you had somebody put over on 410, right?
No, I did not.
At the Valero?
At the Valero?
Yeah, at the Rancho Sierra, right here. The Valero, right here down the street.
No.
You came from that direction.
I did come from that way.
I just came from that direction.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You do
there
know
was
there's more
a
than
pull
one
over.
deputy sheriff, right?
Huh?
There's more than one deputy sheriff.
Okay, well, I thought you were that cop. So,
Okay.
as I'm reversing out of here,
Well, can I clear her? I'm gonna go ahead and clear her first so she can do something.
You can do-
You're gonna wind up going downtown. No, leave that on.
I haven't done anything wrong, man.
I'm going to clear her means I'm going to violate her Fourth Amendment rights and cajole her and threaten her into giving up her right and her ID and her anonymity. See, it's so easy to be wrong and to persist in doing wrong when the costs of being wrong are funded by others and it costs this law enforcer nothing.
Crazy.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of all the people who call auditors frauditors saying, why didn't you just give your ID? Why don't you just follow the rules, comply with the law? They're basically saying, hey, tamely surrender your liberties. Just give up your liberties. It'll go way easier for you. So they're saying, welcome tyranny. Welcome that, let the tyrants just run you over. And so they can run you over again and again. And then once you get run over, when you get, old and gray, and then you have children, then those same tyrants will be even more empowered because you rolled over. Now they can steamroll over your children more easily. And then when they give up their rights, their children, which is your grandchildren, will be even like, there's going to be zero resistance. Zero. They'll be able to do anything they want, anytime that they want, to whoever they want. And that's why you stand for your rights. That's why I appreciate guys like this. He's in for at least one night in the clink, because he's going to go down. They're going to ID him. He's in for a kidnapping. He's in for being harassed. Maybe he needs to get home. Maybe he's hungry. Maybe he wants to go eat dinner, but he's still going to stand for his rights. You know why? Because it's right.
I don't know. This is what it comes down to.
What happened? What started all this?
Okay, I had these glasses on my head. I'm coming from.
So now he's going to explain to another police officer.
10281, and the truck that I got from my father been having a misfire problem. The coil pack. I stripped the screw because I tried stripping it tight while the engine was hot, and I stripped the intake. It's plastic, so I stripped the screw. So it's been misfiring. So I came from 14281, and I seen another deputy pulled over somebody, and I was in the Valero by myself with the hood open, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to make it, see what happened or whatever. Yeah. And as I'm coming this way, it's misfiring all the way. So I pull in. And I tighten the screw that's stripped. As I'm taking off, he's pulling in, and he doesn't even bother stopping. He just goes right behind me. And as I'm pulling out, I'm feeling sputtering, and I pull over, and he's like, I'm telling him, come on, I'm pulling over, and he's like, just there, stop. So then I reversed, and so I could tell him, and he says, what's going on? I said, I'm breaking down. That's it. That's it. Yeah.
But this is something you can deal with after you go home. Yeah, you can call his supervisor. It's not.
You're doing this for principle. You could be at home right now.
I mean, we could just call his supervisor if this. So,
I know,
so this doesn't happen again. So this doesn't happen again. And I know you're trying to make a
This is interfering with our relationship. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. You want to make
This guy's taking a stand. So you got cop number one against him, give us your ID. You got cop number two against him, give your ID. Now you got his girlfriend who's telling it, come on, baby, come on. Just give him your ID. Let's just go home. And he's like, yeah, now this whole thing is interfering with our relationship. I need you to stand with me as I stand for the right thing. And she's not doing it.
You want to make your own decision, that's fine. We're going to detain you, and we're going to take you downtown to do the live scan. If you're clear, then I got to bring you all the way back to your house.
And that is what the government excels at. Threats, force, coercion, violence, brutality. That's all they have in their tool shed, because they can't use rationality. They can't use reasonableness. They can't use intelligence. They can't use morality, because there is no morality when you're talking about government, one man thinking he has a higher claim over the life and property of another man.
That's not a problem. But we have to do this, because you're failing to identify.
It's because of this. Because of his mistake.
You're failing to comply with tyranny. You are perfectly standing for your rights, but you're failing to comply with tyranny. So because you're standing for your rights and you're failing to comply to the tyrants, we're going to have to take you in. We're going to have to force you against your will. We're going to have to identify you.
You can easily
Against even their own oath. That tells you how dark these souls are. And now his girlfriend's not going to back off of him. She's going to start in.
because of his mistake. You could easily just...
I haven't done anything wrong. So technically, I don't even have to show my identification.
So you can call
We have to identify.
I haven't done anything wrong.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna.
So here we go. So we got the cop against him. All the cops are against him. And now you got his girlfriend against him. And you know what? He's not caving. He's standing. You know why? Because that's what brave people do. That's what men with lion hearts and hearts of courage do. They stand for what is right, even if everybody else is wrong. They stand for truth, even if everybody else is sold on and is trying to sell you the lie.
Because they don't know who you are, they're gonna like you could be a mass murderer for all they know.
So could they. There are badge tyrants who literally are guilty of.
Where's the supervisor?
Yeah, I know.
Where's the supervisor?
Come on, we gotta go. Come on. Go ahead, sir.
What?
Trying to put your hands behind your back.
Please.
Why?
Come on, because I have to take you
I
down.
haven't done anything
No,
wrong.
I have to take you down. Name, date of birth, and stuff. It would be
Tell
easier.
them.
Just
Dude,
tell
why
them.
Okay, but
Just
why
tell them it's so easy. Just move away from your rights. It's okay. It's like the devil whispering in your ear. Go toward tyranny. Step away from the light of truth. Come away from righteousness. Stop doing what is right and standing for what is right. This guy is standing for your rights, Laura. He's standing for your rights, cops. That's the irony of this whole thing. This man is brave enough to stand for the rights of the people who are trying to strip him of his rights, who are trying to deceive him out of his rights. That's a man. That's a real man.
Why do I have to?
Come on.
No,
Everything in order. Turn around.
hold on. Look,
Relax. I mean, it's gonna be resisting arrest.
hold on. I haven't
Because-
done anything wrong.
Can you just give
Look,
me a
no,
chance?
Look, let me.
No.
Can I explain myself?
Barry,
please?
let's talk about Barry.
Look,
Come on, turn around.
dude.
Turn around.
No.
Look,
Stop, dude. Why are y'all
turn
doing that? I haven't
We're
done
not
anything
gonna
wrong.
do anything.
I haven't done anything
Now
wrong.
you're going to
though.
be charged with resisting.
You don't want to be charged with
Okay.
anything.
There you go. Look, I don't want to lay anything on it. Now you're going to be charged with resisting. Look, all you got to do is just make it easy on yourself. Just give us ID and we'll be on our way. You'll be on your way. Everything will be all good. Oh, now you're resisting. Yeah, you're resisting evil. An evil person doing evil things for an evil reason while I'm standing for what is right. The only guy doing right here is the guy getting abused, not only by the cops, but is getting, basically a verbal tongue lashing by his girlfriend saying, just give it up. Just give it up. It's okay. No, I'm doing this. No, babe, I'm doing this for our kids. I'm doing this for our grandkids. I'm doing this for our mothers and our fathers and our brothers and our sisters.
I'm not gonna get.
Right,
Okay.
and just go with it.
All right,
They're
okay.
recording it anyway,
Come on.
so.
We're
I
not
know.
trying to do this.
No.
Just tell them
why,
she
though?
said-
So they could take you downtown because of his mistake?
Whose mistake?
Because of his.
I know for
So-
criticizing me, doing
So
something
call
wrong.
his
dude.
supervisor when we get
But
home.
right now you're being aggressive
You
about
can-
I'm not being
You don't
aggressive,
cooperate.
man. I'm just freaking the fuck out.
And
Like,
it's
I haven't done
understandable if
anything
you're not
wrong, dude.
You can
Like,
just
wouldn't you freak out?
Sure.
Okay, then.
But he would probably give him the name and stuff.
When you win this lawsuit, the name of this channel is Adrian Valencia. Adrian Valencia. I don't know if this is his channel. I don't know. This was given to me on through an email, so I don't know whose channel this is. Has one subscriber. Guess what? Now has 2 subscribers. Hit the bell notification icon. Okay, I'm the 2nd subscriber. So I'm gonna continue playing this. But when you win this lawsuit, my friend, when they give you a settlement for violating 42/1983 deprivation of rights under color of law and 18 USC 242 and violating the 4th Amendment for you to be secure in your person. They're supposed to secure your person. They're supposed to be there to protect and serve you, and they're there stripping you of your rights. When you win your lawsuit, you need to shed. And I could totally see this his girlfriend going, "Oh, this is great. I'm so glad you weren't in my corner. When it really counted, you weren't in my corner. When the chips were down and I needed support, you weren't in my corner."
You need to call KSAT 12 and all them, man. Tell them
I'm
what's
already
going on.
recording
Show them the
everything.
video.
I am already recording everything.
I mean, that's
so
great.
it's okay.
to drive this vehicle?
No, just call my mom and
I will
they'll
call.
pick you
I
up.
will call his
right?
mother. Yes.
What, did you get her? Okay.
No,
She's-
you don't. You
she's
showed
like-
me ID.
She's like 5 minutes
You
away.
showed me
No,
ID?
I told him my information.
Right.
Why? You didn't even do anything, Laura.
Come on,
I
man.
know that, love, but
Laura, you didn't do anything wrong. And then you gave him your ID as though you did something wrong. The only way you should give your ID to a law enforcement officer is if they suspect that you have committed a crime or are going to commit a crime. And if that's not you, then you basically said, "Here, I'm guilty until proven innocent. Here's my ID. I cave. I'm giving away my rights." I love what Samuel Adams said. "No people will tamely surrender their liberties." That's what Laura did. She tamely surrendered her liberties. And that's what the cops want you to do. They want you to tamely surrender their liberties, your liberties. No man will tamely surrender their liberties, nor can any be easily subdued when knowledge is diffused and virtue is preserved. On the contrary, when people are universally ignorant, Laura, and debauched in their manners, they will sink under their own weight without the aid of foreign invaders. You are going to go down by your own hand. You don't need somebody to help you. Unless you're brave, unless you're strong, unless you're courageous, and you're like, I don't care about your threats. I'm going to do what is right. I'm going to stand on what is right. And I'm going to maintain the principled position because it's right.
Right. A man's pride can go so far.
Oh,
Get you hung up too. I mean, we're just asking to go up for it. That's all.
now she's saying that he's doing wrong because pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. Being proud is not the right thing. Standing for the right thing is the right thing. A man's pride can only go so far. What about standing for what is right? This transcends pride. Like pride is way down here and doing what is right is the pinnacle. It's the top. You can't get any higher. It is the Mount Everest of right things, standing for what is right. Because you're not just standing for your right. It's an extension thing. You're standing for everybody's rights at all times, everywhere, in all places, not just for Americans. It's standing against tyranny and the tyrants who are constantly plotting to take away your rights.
No one's trying to take nobody to jail, nothing like you said. So.
I wasn't trying to take nobody to jail. You made me do it. You forced my hand. You didn't bow down to my threats. You didn't comply. You didn't lick my boots like a dog like I wanted you to. So, because you didn't play my tyrannical game, and I am ruled by the empire of darkness and my masters and overlords, I'm going to pretend I'm the good guy when you're really the bad guy, taking the real good guy to jail to ID him.
Is he still able to give his information if they let him?
I don't know. It's going to be up to the officer now. He could, but
Did you hear it? Even to the very end, is he still able to give his ID if you let him? Maybe he's learned his lesson now that he's in cuffs and he's sitting in the back of that cop car and he knows that reality has set in. Maybe now we can shake him of his rights. His girlfriend is still plotting against him. That's what I call it. It's plotting against, whether she's doing it in ignorance or fear. I'm sure there's ignorance and fear at play here. But that's no excuse. You never give away your rights, ever. If you give away essential liberty for politically promised security, hey, they'll let you out of the cop car. They'll take the cuffs off you. They won't take you downtown. We can go home and have dinner. If you give away essential liberty for a little politically promised security, which will never come, you deserve neither liberty nor security, Laura. And I think that's it. There's just dead air here. Let's go to the actual YouTube channel. This is Adrian Valencia. He's only got 2 videos up. I became the second subscriber. Subscribe to his channel, and I'll leave the link to this video right here in the description and in the pinned comment so that you can go over there. And I'll be leaving a comment under Here's the Deal. So check out my comment, and if I see your comment, I'll thumbs it up. And let's just encourage this guy. They uploaded this on November 4th, 2022. It only has 558 views. Let's give him 50,000 views. Let's get his channel monetized, because this is the kind of guy I want in my corner. This is the kind of guy I trust. This is the kind of guy when the chips are down and they're making threats and they're trying to violate your rights, you're still going to stand because it's right. That's the kind of guy I want in my corner. I don't want Laura in my corner. I think this guy should get rid of Laura. Laura, what are you going to teach your kids, Laura? Yeah, just bow down. Just lick the boot. Just humbly comply. Don't even look the SS soldiers in the eye as they walk along. Just let's live as slaves, Laura. Let's give out our IDs for no freaking reason because some guy who's drunk on his own power makes some arbitrary rule. No, we gotta have your license, or we're gonna have to take you in and fingerprint you and find out who you are. You don't want that, do you? Now, we don't need the Lauras in this world. We need the guy. I don't know his name, but contact me at contact@highimpactflix.com and let me know if that was you. Leave your thoughts about this. Leave Adrian Valencia a comment under here. I'm going to say something to the effect of, dude, you're a freaking hero. You're a rock star because you stood and you did not bend, you did not bow, you did not cave, you didn't lick the boot, you didn't pacify this cop's insatiable appetite to get your ID like some freaking crackhead. I gotta have your ID. Good job, man. Good job. Well done. And though you receive criticism, I don't care. You can have the criticism of the world. If you know that you did the right thing, standing for everybody else's rights, that's all the comfort I need. I don't need one person in my corner. All I need to know is that I know, not believe, I know I did the right thing. So leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel. Here's the deal. Hit the bell notification icon. Give it a thumbs up. Share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to grab a hard-hitting conversation starting design that you can put in any shirt, hoodie, mug, whatever you want. And I will see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video. Subscribe for more tyranny-busting content.